So ravens are excellent at mimicking sounds they hear. Mischief, can you say hello?
Hello.
You say hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 192, part 2. Because Derek, in his, I don't know what happened. It's probably just because you were moving and it's technology and you unplugged and replugged in the mic when you moved. And then it just recorded you so fucking loud, which is weird because you sounded loud and you sounded fine in my headphones. But then when I went to process the pod the next day,
Derek's voice is too manly. Derek's
it hurt my
opinions are too
ears.
strong. Oh, my ears hurt from listening to all of Derek's great opinions.
Actually, it was like me being every single person that we knew in high school who told Derek that he was way too loud. And I was like, I don't know.
Still happens,
he's
by the
that
way.
Loud. Oh, yeah?
Well, just in like back when office work was a thing, people would
Yeah.
like routinely bitch about how loud. It's like, oh, sorry, maybe you should be louder. Maybe you should try and keep up with me.
Or never make Derek talk on the phone because he's instantly twice as loud.
Yeah, it's true. Or a pod. Who thought to give me a podcast? Idiots. Hey, internet, welcome to episode 100 and fucking whatever.
92.2.
192.2 of Outrage Factory, the podcast where we look at the things that make people mad online and explain why they're dumb for caring. And in many ways, it is a blessing and a curse that we are re-recording this because some fire news dropped during the week that we now get to talk about.
Those two things
Those
dropped.
fire news, both related to jars of farts.
Yeah.
In that one was named Times Person of the Year.
it's Elon Musk, jar of farts.
Fuck that guy. Notorious jar of farts, Elon Musk.
I personally kind of like him because as far as super crazy manipulate the entire economic system just to get rich goes, at least he gives us puns and jokes and kind of
trolls people like a fuckhead.
Trolls people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he went after Elizabeth Warren, which I'm always for. Because she's just kind of like, every time she says anything, it's like, weren't you the person who was pretending to be First Nations? And we're just okay with that. And then it's like, I don't know. Every time she goes after him for stuff like that, I'm just like, you're a fake person too.
Wait, is Elizabeth Warren?
Yeah, she's the one, wasn't she?
That was her. I'm reading about this now.
Mm-hmm.
She identified herself as a Native American for almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
She was claiming American Indian heritage, and she took a DNA test.
But at the same time, you can't really give her crap for that because you don't have to have First Nations DNA to be considered First Nations because you could be adopted and lived in First Nations and stuff. And it's like the whole point of having the status is to try heal the intergenerational trauma that you get from being First Nation. So you can actually get that if you're living in the community.
Well, so wait, I'm curious about this.
Yeah.
So was she just like straight up lying? Like she has no indigenous blood at all? Or was it like she's like 1/16th and then
she doesn't have the blood, but I don't know if she has the cultural background. Like what I'm saying is she took the DNA test or whatever and it showed none, but that doesn't necessarily disclude her from it if she grew up in a First Nation setting, because she would still be exposed to all the intergenerational trauma, which is what they're trying to heal and stuff.
It just seems like a very fucking weird thing to do, especially if like there's no benefit to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that she did grow up with that as a background, otherwise, because she wasn't like on social assistance or anything because she's a politician, so she was just doing that. So I don't know.
Brown's campaign
Like if she was using that to get elected or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Yeah, that was like a whole thing her and Trump had fights with, but yeah. So you don't like Elon Musk.
Oh God, I fucking hate Elon Musk.
Do
Fuck
you
Elon Musk.
begrudgingly give him props for mainstreaming electric cars?
No.
Do you begrudgingly give him props for sticking 2,000 satellites to give the world free internet and nuking us worse than 5G ever would?
No, yeah. I mean, okay. So, like, the thing about Elon Musk and the thing I like most that he ever did was like that when he just like arbitrarily started selling like flamethrowers online.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, not a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like Elon Musk is a fucking genius in that like anything he touches will turn to gold. Like the guy can sell anything. But he's also like a notoriously shady business person who earned, and he like the worst thing about Elon Musk is that there's like millions of fucking like new age tech bros who like look to him as an inspiration, as like a self-made man, completely ignoring the fact that like Elon Musk was rich before like when he was fucking born. And like,
wait, Derek, are you saying just because his parents owned a jade mine in South Africa, he was rich?
I mean, I'm not going to say that he's not self-made and that he didn't turn that wealth of opportunity after exploiting apartheid South Africa with his family for decades, turning it into like wealth in America. I'm not saying he's not self-made because he took all the money he was born into and turned it into more money. I'm just saying, oh no, that is what I'm saying. He's not self-made. He didn't make shit. Elon Musk didn't make shit.
Didn't he make PayPal? Was that the first thing he did?
Yeah, so he was a co-founder of
co-founder. Does that mean he just backed them with his sweet jade money?
PayPal. Wait, so he
hearing that his parents had a jade mine and made him rich doesn't make me hate him. It makes me hate my parents for not having a jade mine and letting me be rich.
Yeah.
Do you know how rich Elon is? There's this like specific club of men who are so rich or famous that they just magically have hair again, like him and the guy from Community.
Who knows where it comes from? Oh, Jeff Winger.
Jeff Winger.
What's his real name?
Well, if you don't know if you've never seen Community, you don't get to know his real name. How's that sound? Because he was like going bald, and now he's like,
if you look back,
locks.
what was the show? The Soup he used to host. And he's balding. And then by the time he did Community, you were like, oh, how did that hair come back?
How much do you think that costs? Like, because if you look,
fuck is his name?
Who cares?
I'm Googling it. Jeff.
Like,
Winger.
if you look at old pictures of Elon Musk, he had like sparse dew on the front. And now it's like
Joel McHale.
I like Jeff Winger better than Joel.
Yeah,
McHale.
Jeff Winger is a much better name.
Yeah. It makes him sound like a pilot. There's a couple more that, because I was like, I brought it up, that club, just because I know there's like 3 or 4 dudes and I can't remember any of the other ones.
Who got hair?
Who were like, just got so rich that like one of the things they bought was like hair again.
Like a hair transplant.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk's hair transplant undoubtedly came from like the head of a jade mine employee where they just like scalped it and then attached it to, like, he wouldn't fuck around getting like plugs. He would go straight to the source.
Yeah, he doesn't have time for that. He's drilling tunnels underneath Los Angeles.
Yeah, which the other thing, I saw someone posted like an infographic the other day, and it was like, it was basically like China and the United States deciding they need high speed rail at the same time.
Yeah.
And then in like on the American side of it, it's like Elon Musk showing his dumb fucking face and being like, we should make it a hyperloop instead. And then it shows development since then, and China has like hundreds of thousands of miles of high speed rail like established, and we have done fuck all with the does Hyperloop still exist? Is it still a thing? Is it happening?
Yeah, but that's because they tried making a high-speed rail, and in the inaugural trip, the train jumped the tracks and killed a bunch of people. So they're like, all right. Whereas China, if the train jumps the track and kills a bunch of people, they're like, guess we got to get more people for the next test run.
I hate to break it to you, but they also have high speed rail all over Europe. I rode it in Italy, and
you rode it in Italy.
Oh, I rode it in Italy, but it's awesome.
I rode hot. Do they serve free spaghettis?
Free spaghettis? No, they did not. But it was dope. It was fucking amazing. And when I rode it in China, it was fucking amazing because you can go
I rode the high-speed rail in China.
It's so much more comfortable than a plane. You have whole ass leg room to your there's so much seating room. It's cheap as fuck, and it gets you there as fast as a plane. And I'm convinced the whole reason high-speed transit doesn't exist in North America is because the airline industries keep kneecapping it, and probably also the auto manufacturers and gasoline industry,
and also how fucking far apart everything in North America is, because pretty much every other country on the planet, the cities are way closer together, but in North America they're so fucking far apart.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm doing some research.
Doesn't Australia also have high-speed rail? Fucking Australia. They have 10 people and a bunch of spiders, and they have high-speed rail.
Probably. Yeah. Well, you need
from
it to just skip through the fucking the wasteland.
It's the only way to outrun the fucking snakes that are trying to kill you.
It's if we go fast enough, people might not notice that 90% of this country is a desert shithole full of poisonous animals.
It's the only way you could get from one city to the other without dying of thirst.
Okay, so Rome to Naples. Wait, Florence to Rome. How long is that? Okay, that's so that was 273 kilometers.
That's here to Chilliwack.
Yeah, that's not that far.
We're in Vancouver.
Vancouver to Seattle is 229 kilometers. Fucking spot on there, bud. So
all right, bud.
Imagine being able to make that trip in 40 minutes. Just hop on a fucking train and whisk on down to Seattle.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it would be amazing if it wasn't basically American Vancouver, but imagine another city that isn't Seattle being there, or going to Portland or San Francisco. Even on the West Coast, it would make a lot of sense to have a Cascadia rail line for when we eventually
a Cascadia rail would be so good.
Form the liberal stronghold of Cascadia.
We're gonna need something like that once the fucking Americans start their civil war, and we're just automatically on the left because we're part of the West Coast.
The West Coast, left coast, coastal elites, but we're also on the left side of the country. So
exactly,
makes you think.
Mm-hmm.
I got to read more about this Elon Musk thing, because he's just read the room time. This guy's just a shithead, and maybe they just did it to sell magazines. I don't fucking know. Dude, what did the guy even do this year?
I don't know, but
flew to space.
Actually, it is weird that he's got person of the year, because I would see getting an honor of distinction for, like I said earlier, getting electric cars mainstream.
Yeah.
Or manipulating the electric car market by going to companies who don't have electric cars, who legally have to sell electric cars. And he says, you can sell Teslas, then you don't have to build them yourself, but you have to give me kickbacks. So he gets even richer, like he did with it was Honda, I think, in Europe. And then he can he starts the electric truck thing, but there's no electric trucks yet. And it's just because he wanted to get super big loans from the banks by offering Cybertrucks for $250 pre-order. Then he gets all these pre-orders. Then he could go to the bank and be like, look, I got 1 million pre-orders for this truck that people just bought because they thought I was going to be able to build it in time. And then the bank's like, here's a pile of money. And then he just grabs all that money and builds his fucking big gigafactory. Is that what he called it? his giant factories he's building.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and then he can't even produce the Cybertruck the way it looked because it doesn't meet like road restrictions and shit. So he just like everybody's like, here, Elon, here's $250. Walk yourself to the bank and get some more money and get richer. And
It
then
is
he's like,
the Gigafactory.
okay.
So it's like basically like, we're gonna give this guy fucking person of the year for being a rich person who has gotten richer. It's like, let's just fucking put him up there with fucking Bezos and who's that other guy? Bill Gates. Who's the other one who got like super duper rich this year?
Oh, some random guy. Fuck, I can't remember. He was like a dark horse. He came out of nowhere. It's like, because forever it's been Bill Gates, Bezos, and Musk. And then there's this other guy's like, oh, hey, I'm a super billionaire because I own some other company. And everybody's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Richest person in America. Wait, who the fuck is this guy?
Some random guy who just doesn't go and brag about it, so nobody knows who he is.
Oh, Zuckerberg. Who else?
Oh, yeah, Zuckerberg.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
Shut up. His middle name is Bankman? Or is it a hyphenated
29-year-old cryptocurrency entrepreneur.
Oh, God.
Which is another thing Elon did this year.
Fuck.
He basically just like pumped and dumped a bunch of shit coins. Probably made a couple billion off that.
Oh, dude, did you see he's pumping Dogecoin again?
Is he?
He pumps Dogecoin and he's like, that's silly. And he like buys it. He's like, that's silly. And then everybody sells it, so it goes down. So he buys some more.
Yeah.
And now he was just like, I'm going to release some merch with Dogecoin and see what happens. Ha ha ha. Like he tweeted that. And so Dogecoin's probably going to go up. Actually, I'm going to check.
The guy like fucking interferes.
$30 of Dogecoins.
Fucking.
Yeah. I didn't buy it because it's Dogecoins. I bought it because that thing. Oh, because every time I explain this on the podcast that we had to re-record. So I'll explain it again.
Perfect. Love it.
I have 10 cryptocurrencies that I paid $30.
This gets more interesting every time I hear about it.
Does it? You're like complaining about how much dudes talk about cryptocurrency. I'm like, oh, it's so annoying. Here, well, listen to me talk about cryptocurrency.
Listen to me talk about cryptocurrency. At least you're not a fucking idiot about it. But yeah, Dale, talk about.
Well, I'm like, I bought cryptocurrency because it's like a video game and stock markets don't update enough to give me the rush of buying and losing money. But
my portfolio.
How's your portfolio, bro?
It's down.
Oh my God.
Thanks for tuning into this podcast to listen to Dale and I check how our crypto investments. The thing I like you're realistic. You're like, oh, if I just like pump money into this artificial money machine, it might make me some money back. You're not one of the guys who's like, cryptocurrency is the future of finance. It's decentralized and it's like that fucking shit's never going to take off. You're pushing it and you want other people to buy it because you stand to make money if other people buy it.
Yeah, and people are like, cryptocurrency will outstand the like fall of humankind or the fall of society. And you're like, how? It runs on electricity and computers, which are like the most tangible parts of society. Like, if society's threatened at all and part of it goes down, the first thing that goes down is the internet and electricity. What are you doing back there, bud?
Just plug in the old phone in there, buddy.
She was dying. So riveting content. Not only is this me talking about crypto and looking at my phone, it's me trying to figure out how to navigate through fucking Simple because they updated it and now I don't know where anything is.
Okay. Well, I'll hold court. Hey. Yes. Yeah, it's not like fucking it's like, oh, aliens are going to discover, the remains of human civilization 40,000 years and they're going to find a fucking like external hard drive with like 30 Bitcoin on it and be like, oh, this is the currency this strange people use. It's like
nice alien voice.
That was my alien voice. None of that shit's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Hey Dale.
Yeah. Dude, okay. My Dogecoin is worth $21. So it's lost $9. So it hasn't been pumped up since Elon tweeted.
Elon, if
So,
you're listening to this
thanks
podcast,
a lot,
do some
bro.
pumping, buddy. Pump that shit up so Dale
my
can
God.
make some money.
Looking at that app just fried my brain. It's
What is
like,
it?
so why do apps
Dogecoin.
keep changing their user interface? Could somebody explain this to me, Dale, the boomer? Like
Why'd they change it?
the app was perfect before. It had your crypto account and then your regular account, and you could click on your crypto account and you could view it, and you can't do that anymore. Now it's all fuckered.
Here's the fuck. Okay, here's Wall Street Journal. Dogecoin soars after Elon Musk says Tesla will accept it as payment. And then you go and you look at the chart for Dogecoin, and it was like 16 cents, and it went up to 19 cents. And I'm like, oh, that's soaring.
Dude, anything over 6% in stock talk is soaring. That's how that one guy tricked everybody. Remember that guy who had that huge Ponzi scheme? What the fuck's his name? The guy who in stocks who was just like taking money from other people, and
You're gonna have to get more specific.
oh my God. They always talk about this on every podcast, and I could never remember his name. But
It was Bernie.
Bernie Madoff.
Yeah.
So his whole thing was he was promising people 10% return, and people were like, holy fuck, because that's a lot of return. So Dogecoin going from 16 cents to 19 cents, that's more than 10%. So that's a huge return.
I thought
like
you were talking
15%.
about, wasn't there like one guy, was it last year or this year, who basically caused a whole ass bank to default and like wiped it out because he was like defrauding. He was like,
wasn't that Madoff?
What was the story? No, that was like this year, and he was like a Chinese investment banker, maybe. Investment bank collapse. Thanks for tuning in this week as me and Dale Google shit.
Hey, yeah. It's so funny because it's like when we talk about re-recording a podcast and we're like, oh fuck, we're gonna have to end up trying to like talk about the exact same thing we did last time. But it's like, no, we both have ADHD brains, so we'll just talk about something completely different for an hour, like all this fresh new content. Did you figure out this fella's name?
No.
Oh, cool.
I didn't.
Was this in the US or in China? I remember this. I remember something
I'm
about
pretty sure
it.
it was in the US or maybe Europe. Hong Kong investor.
The best thing about this is we're not live streaming this, so nobody can give a shit live action in the comments.
Yeah, this is
We're not
almost
live
better.
Action, real time.
Fuck you, dicks.
Yeah.
We control the podcast now. You
Now,
have nothing.
We can't actually see when people just punch out because we're being boring and talking about some Chinese bank investor that we can't remember his name.
Anyway, I can't find it, but he existed. Don't
Put
you
that
forget
on my fucking tombstone. He existed.
Oh, you know what? Okay, after we do
What?
the jar of farts things,
Yeah.
did you see this Lars Ulrich toilet? Oh my
No.
God.
Here, let me Google it.
Oh
Do you
my
want to
God.
do the jar of farts thing now, or are we
Oh
done
my God.
trying to figure out what this guy, Chinese guy who defrauded a bank was?
Oh my God. You have to wait. Do you have your phone?
I just Googled the toilet.
Oh, do you see it?
Yeah, what the fuck? This can't be real.
It's this guy's trying to sell it on eBay, and it's like, wait, are you looking at of like the porcelain, and he's got like no genitals, like a Ken doll, and his like
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Okay. Hey, you'll be looking at this too because I'm gonna put a picture on the video. If you're listening to this audio, just Google Lars Ulrich toilet and you will be horrified. Because the worst thing is,
or aroused.
The absolute worst thing about this toilet is it's just like a sculpture of Lars Ulrich spread like with his legs apart, so the bowl's between his legs and he has no nuts, but he's looking up. So if you're standing
He's like
peeing, he's making eye contact with you, and it's not like a good cartoon version of Lars Ulrich. It looks like a DIY art thing.
Imagine masturbating in front of this.
I mean,
Just imagine it.
I don't have to buy the toilet to masturbate to pictures.
Imagine masturbating to this in 20 minutes when we finish recording this podcast.
Or imagine how much the guy who made this masturbated to it because he loves Lars Ulrich so much that he made a Lars Ulrich toilet.
Toilet.
Oh, okay. I said the eye contact thing was the worst part about this toilet.
Yes.
There's a new worst part about this toilet.
The feet.
There's no toilet seat.
Oh.
It's just you sitting on that bare ass porcelain rim.
It's like
it doesn't even have a plastic seat.
Is this supposed to be? Because here's the thing. You look at it and he's wearing a shirt, but he's not wearing pants.
Right.
And then he has no dick.
No.
He's just like a Ken doll, but then like under where his dick would be, that's where the toilet bowl is. So is the implication that the toilet is his dick?
Maybe.
Makes you think.
Or is the toilet just like, does he have elephantitis balls and the toilet is his ball sack?
Right. Like no dick, huge balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. He should start a podcast. Yeah.
Called No Dick Huge Balls.
No dick, huge balls. Called Outrage Factory. The home of guys with no dicks and huge balls. Hey, speaking of jars of farts.
Yes. Jars of farts.
Are we
done with this Lars toilet?
Yeah, I just wanted you specifically to know about it. I thought you would like it. So
wait, let me see. Does he say how much he's selling it for? I want to know.
I saw it on eBay and it was listed for $5,000.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll see if I can find the listing.
Oh, it's on eBay, babe. Dude, I bet it's gone up just because it's so fucking ridiculous. People are like, I gotta buy that.
It's here. He's trying to sell condition used. That's hilarious.
Oh.
He's selling it for
how used?
Yeah, $5,000.
Jesus. And there's no bids?
There are no, it's a buy it now. So you can buy it.
Oh, there's no
bidding. You just buy that shit.
Does this guy know how to eBay? Like, what the fuck? Oh, I guess he could have just put starting bid $4,000, buy it now $5,000.
$5,000. Yeah, he didn't.
That's ridiculous.
He didn't do that. So there's no auction for this. He's just selling it for. So if you would like this one of a kind toilet / masturbation receptacle, it can be yours for the low price of $5,000.
Okay. More disgusting news. This is like a guy's functioning toilet. It's not like on show in his garage. Like I just glanced at the pictures before because I was looking at the toilet.
No, he
kind
poops in it.
Took the whole background in, and there's a shower curtain. So it's his main bathroom because there's a shower curtain on the tub, and there's half a roll of toilet paper. It's not just a full roll of toilet paper he put there for the picture. He's like, there's only half a roll of toilet paper because I shat so much. I'm going to take a picture anyway. Whatever. This is horrible. Just horrible.
He shits in it.
Thanks, Derek.
Hey, speaking of shitting in things, sort of, a woman
Jar of farts
has been arrested. No, sorry.
She's been
paid. No, she's been paid $45,000. Back in the old days, Dale, pre-internet, you used to go to jail for selling people jars of farts.
Wait, Derek. Wait. She didn't just make $45,000 selling farts. She made $45,000 a week selling farts.
Christ. What? Even like $45,000, like a one-time lump sum payment of $45,000 for farts would be ludicrous. She made $45,000 per week for how long? Jar of farts. Well, sorry.
Apparently she sold 97 jars of farts. Like I watched a video and it just, I don't know. It's just like, there's people in this world that you're like, I didn't need to know this person exists. So she was on 90 Day Fiance.
90 Day Fiance.
Her name is Stephanie Matto. So I'm guessing she didn't marry the guy from 90 Day Fiance.
I don't know. Does he seem like sold a batch of jarred farts for a heavily discounted price of $1,000 per container?
Oh, heavily discounted, eh?
Yo, listeners, if you donate $5 to Outrage Factory's Patreon right now, Dale and I will both fart in a jar together and send it to you. That's 2 farts.
Yeah.
2 farts for $5.
2 for the price of 1. Yeah.
Who is this person?
Oh, fuck. Like, this, like, at first you're like, this person's gross. Like, she farted in a jar. But then she's like talking about, she's like, people send me messages that they want. That's like, over the years, I've gotten a few messages from men and women wanting to buy my worn bras, panties, hair, bathwater, etc. And it's just like, what the fuck?
There was the bathwater thing I had read before.
Yeah, the gamer bathwater. She sold her bathwater.
Right.
Which is even that, like, it's not necessarily that it's gross. It's just so annoying that there's like such pathetic dudes who would buy a jar of farts just because they think a girl's hot. Or I guess maybe some, I don't want to like not have equal rights here. I guess some women.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
On 90 Day Fiance fell for Erica Owens, a 24-year-old photographer from Australia, land of high-speed rail and no desert wastelands, whom she met online, which makes the pair the first same-sex couple to be featured on the franchise. So, question for you. Yes. Are women buying the disgusting fart jars, or do you think it's predominantly men, even given her sexual orientation?
It's predominantly men.
I want to see her.
There's no way that, I don't know, like, there's no way. Because women can get farts for free. They could go ask any person to be like,
maybe
hey,
it's like a supply and demand thing, because lady farts are so rare that people are willing to spend $1,000. Like guy farts, dime a dozen. I've let loose like 20 since we even started recording this today.
I mean, we're offering 2 for $5. We obviously don't know how to falsely inflate our prices.
Yeah, which like, whereas a lady fart, women fart maybe 4-5 times in their lifetime.
Well, at least 97 if you're Stephanie Matto.
Well, she's got to be. Here's the thing. It's biologically impossible for a woman to fart that much. So what I think she's doing is she's getting other people's farts. Because she's like 4 or 5 farts in a lifetime for a woman.
Yeah.
So because they are so, like, the scarcity, it's like, it's basically like the truffles of the fart world, because they're so rare, but so pungent that people are willing to spend, $1,000 for a jar of lady farts. Discuss.
Yeah. It's gross. Also, how do we know these aren't like homeless person farts or like trades guy farts or like even Elon Musk farts? I bet Elon Musk is not above farting in a toilet or in a fucking jar and sending it out.
Elon Musk would sell. If Elon Musk ever farted in, I don't think Elon Musk would sell his farts for like, come on, what's the price of an Elon Musk fart?
Yeah. Somebody made a fart audio clip non-fungible token.
I respect that.
Yeah. Because he was making fun of NFTs. He's like, these are so dumb. I'm going to do this. But I don't know. They don't say if that was successful or not. I doubt he made $50,000 in a week.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know the science behind it, but if you fart in a jar, and then you mail it to someone, and assuming we're just talking like a standard mason jar with like the screw lid and the little like panel on top, you mail that to someone. Let's say it takes a week to get delivered to them. By the time they get that, if I order a Dale fart and you ship it to me and it takes a week to get here and I pop it open, am I going to smell that fart?
Yes.
For real?
It's not going to be as strong, because she made a video and she said, because she made a TikTok video like talking, because she's like, so many people have been asking me questions about these farts. And then she's like, people want to know how long it lasts. And she says they last 2 days to be their most pungent.
Most pungent for 2, and then it just like loses a little pungency after that.
It's like a radioactive half-life, I guess.
I believe it. Okay. Even though the thought of it makes me a little nauseous, I'm like, maybe I will fart in a jar and then like just like stash it in my house.
See,
and then when you and Andrea come over for Christmas dinner, I'll pop it over or I'll wrap it up and give it to you as a gift and be like, here, I got you this. And we will see if it still works.
Or you could like just get like a Tupperware container and be like, hey, do these Brussels sprouts smell good still? And you open it and it's just a fart. And then you're like, yeah, those smell exactly like Brussels sprouts. They seem fine to me.
Yeah, those are ready to go.
Anyway, these Brussels sprouts don't stink as bad as Brussels sprouts usually do. Hey, this is an empty container. How did you get the smell of Brussels sprouts mild without actually having Brussels sprouts?
Fuck. This is such a good idea. So this is like, if you, as we all know, recording this episode on December 15th, Christmas is 10 days away. If you are a last minute gift person, or you're looking for the special someone, something for the special someone in your life, please fart in a jar, wrap it, put it under the tree, give it to them, document their reaction, and then post it on like Instagram or TikTok and tag us in it. I want to wake up. The best gift you could get me for Christmas would be me waking up Christmas morning to a ton of videos of people opening fart jars under the tree. Oh my God. Like this is just God. Like,
could you imagine if this was the next viral trend? Just like outrage farts or outrage fartery. Fart rage factory.
No, fart rage fartery.
Yeah, fart rage fartery.
I'll fart fartery.
Fart.
But for real, like, please do this. Dale, when you post this clip to the internet, make this the clip that you post, because I want this to go viral on TikTok. Hashtag it fart jars. And I want to see fart jars for Christmas trending. Please.
Fart jars for Jesus.
Fart jars for baby Jesus on baby Jesus' birthday. No room for a manger, but definitely room for a jar.
Bed.
No fart.
No room for a Oh wait. A crib for a manger, or
no.
A crib.
No room.
No room in the manger, no room for a bed.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that's not it's the crib. Yeah, the crib in a manger. No room for a bed. So it'd be like the fart in a manger, no room for a bed.
Did you have to Google it?
No. I just had to sing it in my head, because from childhood, from the age of 3 and up, we had to sing these songs, and they're still in there. Those like baby
Rattling
Jesus
around.
songs and Christian like Sunday school songs, they're going to be in my head forever. Like once in a while, I'll be like doing something, like cooking food or something, and then I'll just get a flash of like one of these elementary school, like Sunday school songs. Like that one. What's the knocking one? Oh, Behold He Knocks. That song?
I've never heard it before.
That behold he knocks at your heart's door. Will you let him in? And it's like, he patiently waits and knocks again. That song, at least twice a year, pops into my head. Did you never sing that one?
No, I've never heard that in my life. Is that like some weird like Unitarian church thing or whatever the fuck?
I'm not Unitarian. I don't even know what that is. I'm one of the other 2,000 little tiny offshoots of Christianity. I'm Christian Reformed, which I think would be Calvinism. I think my church was an offshoot of Calvinism, if Calvinism is the actual thing.
An offshoot of wasn't Calvinism the offshoot?
Yeah, but we're not like Calvinists. We're Christian Reformed, but I think it's like something to do with, I don't know. This is the it's like I spent the first 16 years of my life in that church, and I don't even know what specific denomination it is. That's how little I wanted to know about. I was just like, as soon as I could duck out, I was out. And you were just like Catholic.
Full on Roman Catholic. Best church in the world, baby. We got all the money. We got all the power. We got all the boys and the priests that touch boys.
Yeah.
We got that direct line to God and Jesus, who is his son, and also the Holy Spirit.
Can you get into the Vatican library?
Yeah, they fucking
got fucking secret books on aliens. I want to read so bad.
I read them. I went to the Vatican. I just strolled on in, showed my Catholic card, and they were like, "Yo,
oh my god,
go on in, read about all this."
Diana
this secret knowledge.
Pasulka wrote this book called American Cosmic, and in it she goes with like some super important guy, and they go to the Catholic records and they like let them read alien books, and it's like the first I'd ever heard about it because it's basically
true.
Yeah, like the Roman Catholic Church has a library that has like something crazy like 50 miles of shelf space where they just collect every single book ever written so that they can like read it and disprove it, like
write Jesus into it and be like, see, Jesus was in this one too.
Not aliens, it was Jesus. But it's like, because I don't know, I think they need to know all the stuff that's going on in the world so they can like prove how it's an act of God or Jesus or whatever, or look at it and disprove it or whatever.
Well, yeah, it was also fucking crazy. Like, you go to the Vatican thinking you're going to see some like Jesus shit or whatever, and you don't understand that like throughout all recorded history, the Roman Church or Roman Catholic Church has basically been in charge. So they have a museum there, like built into the Vatican with like all these fucking insane priceless artifacts and like mummies and shit. And you think that like as the Roman Catholic Church expanded, a lot of people in these like other historic nations were just like, here, have these priceless artifacts, and fucking gave them up to them.
They were like, here,
yeah,
take this.
Here, take this. Not
freely.
We're gonna murder you and take it from you,
yeah.
You fucking savages.
Yeah.
But it was like, and it really like boggles. And you got to assume it's the same with books. Like they probably amassed like every fucking priceless text in history, just because they have had the opportunity to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If I would have known about this, I would have like stayed in the church and like pretended to be all super religious just so I could get in there and read all this shit. That'd be so cool. Do you want to talk about anything we previously covered?
No.
In the other podcast?
No, not a single fucking thing.
Okay.
I mean, I will pour one out for the movie screenplay that we came up with. That was the best.
Okay, we have to talk about
that. We can't talk about it. It was an organic thing, and now it's just going to sound forced and unfunny. We're going to be like, oh, here's the punchline. So, you know, if you're listening to this and you want to know the hilarious joke and also hear me be 10 times louder than Dale, head on over to facebook.com/outragefactpod and watch whatever the fuck the episode's called.
Oh my god, it's almost funny because it's like I'm recorded. I don't know how this happened because I'm recorded at normal volume, the same it's been for the last couple episodes. Like even the last one you're at, I'm still at that level, but somehow you're like twice as loud. So I was like listening to it and I was like, am I being quiet? What's going on? And then it's just like you get fucking blindsided with Derek
screaming.
So it'd be funny if someone like, because it's like you listen to it and you're straining to hear me, and then it's you, and it's just like it hurts so much more than if you were just listening to something loud.
We should do the talking crow thing just because I was astounded by how fucking creepy crows sound.
Oh, and this isn't live, so I can actually insert that sound into the pod.
So ravens are excellent at mimicking sounds they hear. Mischief, can you say hello?
Hello.
Good bird. He does all sorts of voices. Can you say hi?
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Okay, so the video Derek's talking about, what did you Google to get that?
Talking crow.
I should have guessed that.
Come on.
Come on. Talking crow.
Wait, maybe that wasn't the right one. What? Crow.
Because it was the one where it said hello, right?
Oh, it was so fucking creepy. Here we go.
Which one is it? Is it Meet Jet the Talking Crow or
No, it's called Ravens Can Talk. I'm gonna listen to this motherfucker again,
Oh yeah.
even though it scares the shit out of me.
Why does that raven have white on it?
Why did we it's a specific breed of raven. They all look like they're wearing cloaks or something. It's called something cool that references it.
Is it called the Poe Raven? Poe Raven. Oh, the reason we were talking about crows is here. I'm just gonna go pull up that actual news story so I could get specific. But what happened was there was this crow that was like somebody had a rescue and they rescued this crow and they like taught it to talk or whatever. Then they went on vacation and the crow left and wanted to see kids or
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
because this crow likes kids. So it goes to an elementary school and it's like walking down the hall and knocking on the doors and it goes into a grade 5 classroom and it fucking goes in. And this sounds like my dream. Like if you want to get me the perfect Christmas gift, you have to get a time machine, take me back to when I'm 10 years old and bring in a crow that swears and lands on my shoulder and talks to me. Because that's what this crow did. It flew into the room and it landed on their shoulders and it talked to them and stuff. And it swore a bunch because I don't know, the lady who owned it before taught it how to swear. And this happened at Allendale Elementary School. Where was this? Yeah, it doesn't say exactly where it was.
I mean, it just highlights how fucking smart
Dope
crows,
crows
are.
are. Yeah. Apparently crows
wouldn't
can
say
have a
dope. They're scary.
vocabulary of 40 words and they remember faces. They're driven by spite. They like shiny things.
They can mimic human voices.
Yeah. Yeah, that's scary. Which I'll show you on that thing.
I just like I'm listening to it.
Yeah, you're just like creeping yourself out.
I'm like
repeatedly.
I'm just like
It's funny too because we talked about this and you listen to it, but it still creeps you out.
oh my god.
Are you still listening to the Ravens Can Talk one?
Yes. She keeps trying to get it to say hello. Also, the
Yeah.
girl, the crow trainer is super duper cute.
We don't talk about that because we both have SOs.
Right.
Oh my god, this is so loud I can't hear
But
anything else.
they don't listen to this. Okay, listen to the fucking. Are you listening to the video?
Okay, yeah.
Listen to the crow voice.
Can you say hello?
Hello.
Can you say hi?
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. That's what it sounds like. Hi. I'm a crow now.
Oh, it sounds more like a human than the girl does. It's like
It's so creepy.
it's like hello.
It's so creepy.
The hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
It sounds like a fucking Muppet. Hi.
Oh my god, it does. That's gonna be like the new
For real. Like it's
fun
so
voice to make is the
fucking
crow voice
weird.
where you're like, hi.
I hate it. Hi.
Hello.
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 Hi.
It's weird because you like push out at the same time as you're talking. I'm a crow.
Hi, I'm a crow. This is how
Hello.
Dale and I will gain acceptance with the crows when they finally take over. Hi.
Oh my god.
I'm a crow.
That's how I'm gonna talk. I'm like, hi guys.
I'm a crow
I'm a
too.
crow.
Don't mind.
I'm
Put a
just
big
like
fucking
you."
make a beak out of construction paper. Just be like, I'm a crow. Hi. Hello.
Bark, bark. I'm a crow. Bark. Bring me treats.
Bark, bark.
Bark, bark. I'm a crow.
I'm a crow.
I'm
I
a
remember.
crow.
I remember faces. I'm a crow. Look.
I'm telling my friends about you, what you've done.
Seriously, fuck crows, man. They're terrifying. They're the world's scariest animals.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the fucking shit where they solve rudimentary puzzles
No, I don't
to
want
get
to.
food? Oh, dude, that'll creep you out even more. So they can talk and they could use tools to solve problems to get food. Like there's one where it's like they have to pick up a stick, use the stick to pry open like a door, and then pull on a string inside the door or something. Like it's like a 3-step thing, and they figure it out because they're crows. So it's like, you know what they should do once they invent a time machine?
I thought there was one behind me. I thought somehow it got into my house. They should invent a time machine.
And learn how to open the door to your bang a new podcast studio.
For
We
real.
haven't even talked about that.
Oh yeah. Hey, I moved into a new place. It has a room in which I can podcast.
Yeah.
An entire ass room dedicated to my podcasting and my wife's work, but
Yeah,
mostly my
and your
podcast.
wife's podcasting.
And my
She
wife's
listened
podcasting
to it last
when I'm
week.
sick. When I'm sick with what I think is COVID.
Oh, can we talk about okay?
Yeah.
Can we talk about? And I know we've never done this before. Can we talk about COVID for a
Oh
second?
my God. This is awesome because we actually made it to near the end of the episode before we started talking about COVID instead of doing it in the beginning and
Can we-
boring everybody.
Can we talk
Yes.
about?
Let's
this-
fucking
this-
talk about this Omicron
Okay.
bullshit.
It's bullshit. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. There was a new variant, and with every new variant, they're like, new story, new story, new story, new story, new story. Freak out, freak out, freak out, freak out, freak out. Get worried. Meanwhile, it's like all the shit about this variant. Everyone's
Mhm.
saying it's weaker,
Yeah.
that people aren't getting as sick. It's like this variant is proof of COVID just shifting to common cold status, basically.
Yeah.
Being you get a little sick from it, it's a virus, you get over it, it's not killing anyone.
Mhm.
Omicron
Omicron.
didn't
Yeah.
kill a fucking person.
Have people even been getting hospitalized yet?
No, they were no. I don't know if this is accurate,
This
and I'm not
last
going to
time
bother
I saw-
researching.
Like the thing was there was 44 I think I saw a number where it was 44 people got COVID, 37 of them were Omicron, and none of them went to the hospital. And 44 people got Omicron, 37 were vaccinated, but none went to the hospital. That's another thing too. It's like Derek was saying, as viruses, because the way a virus works is it only lives in other people. So if a virus doesn't get a new host, then it dies. So I guess that's what they're trying to do way back, was they're trying to get everybody to stop being around each other so it would die off.
That's why Ebola is not particularly effective as a virus, because
Yeah.
you will just shit and bleed yourself to death in a day, and you won't actually get that many other people sick.
Yeah, and the thing about most diseases is the reason COVID was so spreadable in the first place was because you could spread it before you have symptoms. Where because most of the time, if you have symptoms, you're like, oh shit, I'm sick, I can't go show anybody. But the way viruses evolve is they're like, I'm gonna die out, I'm gonna make myself more spreadable. But for some reason, every time they do that, it takes down the severity of the symptoms of this viral infection or disease or whatever the fuck you want to call COVID. So COVID, in order to sidestep all the vaccines, because the way the mRNA vaccines work is, if I've been told this properly, because nobody will outright just tell you what everything is scientifically, because the big thing is you don't want to talk about it. But it's the way it works is it convinces your body you've already had the spike cell from COVID. So Omicron, as far as I believe, developed a mutated spike cell. So that's how it's going around the vaccines, the mRNA vaccines. But to do that, it had to make the actual virus itself way
Weaker.
milder.
Yeah.
So far. So far.
I think I saw a stat, and I'm not gonna verify the authenticity of it, but it basically said that I think one person globally had died from Omicron.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I think it first emerged in South Africa, much like
No.
Elon Musk.
No. South Africa is super pissed about that, because apparently the people who got it in South Africa got it in fucking Norway or something at a conference and brought it back to South Africa.
Dude, the Spanish flu would like to have a word, because it wasn't actually Spanish. It was American.
Best branding ever.
For
by the
real.
way, by
The US dodged a
Americans.
bullet on that.
Yeah.
But South Africa, which is where it first gained notoriety,
Yes.
and saw rapidly mounting cases, they basically said that Omicron has already burned itself out. They're not seeing what this thing was announced like 3 weeks ago.
hmm
And they're saying that like cases there have basically like plateaued or are in decline. And like if 3 weeks from start to finish for a variant that people wouldn't shut the fuck up about.
Oh my God.
And like it's like, okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not a COVID truther. Like I got both my shots. I'm going for my booster in a fucking week.
Mhm.
I got my son vaccinated. Like I wore a mask when it was required.
Did your son, he's what, 9?
He's
7?
he's 7 right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Did he have any side effects?
I don't know. It was only yesterday. He was like, oh, my arm hurt a little bit, but that was it.
Okay.
So
he's
I'm not
already
like,
tougher than half the people on the internet.
yeah, for real. Probably also me while we're talking about it. So I'm not like a COVID like truther or tinfoil hat person, but like there needs to be some fucking media responsibility about how, like, I get it. Like media organizations, they're desperate for clicks. They're desperate for eyeballs. That's how they make their money. And they make their money by sensationalizing everything. But to sensationalize something that isn't even a threat to people, like just to drive, and like in a lot of ways, like media frenzies drive human behavior, right? Like people, at least the people on fucking Twitter that I interact with, and people in like, you know, liberal or left-wing cities, are all like still very fucking terrified of COVID.
Oh yeah, that's the weirdest thing about this Omicron thing was like, because I was like, yeah, we're in the downslope of COVID. Like over 90% of people in BC are vaccinated. Like we could start, like it's not gone away, but like we're not all gonna die. Society's not gonna fall apart. But like Derek's saying, like this comes out, the media says, hey, this is out. And then people just they're like, oh, why would we miss this chance to panic?
Yeah, and like it sucks. Like I see it play out. Like we have a friend who her birthday is coming up. She has like a legendary holiday party every year. She is also heavily pregnant right now. And I think like all the news of this Omicron stuff got to her. She canceled the holiday party, sadly. You know, it like, and like a lot of people are making decisions based on media frenzies over things that aren't threats, and it sucks to see. And like I read an article, The Atlantic published an article last week about a guy in like, you know, small town Michigan who basically like wrote an article that the whole gist of it was like, for people outside of like liberal strongholds and like Twitter and social media, COVID's over. Like you walk around, you're not wearing a mask anymore. People are like super resistant to wear masks. He said he like took a trip to DC and he saw people wearing masks outside and he was like, what the fuck is going on here? Because he doesn't even wear them, like him and the people where he's from. And this is how like a lot of the world is operating now, is they've been like, okay, COVID's come and gone, back to normal. We might get a few hundred cases or whatever, but like, fuck, whatever. It's time to move forward with our lives. And a lot of people are just like staying stuck in this fucking, and the media is not helping that at all.
No, not at all.
So I just wanted to get on a little soapbox about that, like, because
even NBC is saying it causes less severe illness than the Delta variant, but people are still freaking out. And fucking Bonnie Henry is gonna like, she didn't announce like new restrictions, but she's like, we might have to revisit our restrictions and fucking lock some shit down again.
Because it's like, fuck, I don't get it, because it's like, okay, this like non-threatening, it's like if this virus is proven to be, or this variant has proven to be non-threatening, what the fuck do you care? Like, again, you go back to like, oh, if they published case counts of like the common cold or the flu or whatever the fuck else, like every single day, like, yeah, people probably would have gotten pretty hyped about that too, but they didn't, because it wasn't anything to be afraid of.
Okay, listen to this. So I'm kind of definitely listening to everything you say while also skimming this NBC article. And it says the CDC studied 43 people infected with the variant, one of whom was hospitalized for 2 days. So just one person out of 43 had to go to the hospital. I
Okay.
don't know how that is to the overall general numbers, and found that the most commonly reported symptoms were cough, fatigue, and congestion or a runny nose. That's it. Those are the symptoms we're down to. Like, we're not losing our taste or sense anymore. We're not getting like headaches or fevers. We're not shitting ourselves with diarrhea. Like, also it was like more than 3/4 of the participants were fully vaccinated, and 1/3 of those people also had booster shots. So of these 47, 1/3 of them had booster shots and still got it. So
Yeah, because I think it's just, and maybe that's what's freaking people out, but it's like, you have 3 doses of a vaccine, you could still get the virus. You're not going to get that sick or die,
yeah,
which is
like
the point of the vaccine.
you're gonna get congested and have a runny nose. Like, is this the point? And the worst part is way back, like OG COVID, when you were like fucking had heart problems and blood clots and fucking shat yourself and like all that terrible shit. The right wing assholes were calling it a bad flu. Now that it's actually at the stage where it could be a bad flu, we can't say that because then we'll all sound like right wing dickheads.
Like fucking crazy. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
So,
Thanks for fucking crying wolf on behalf of everybody, right wing.
Yeah, fucking there have been no deaths reported from Omicron yet.
Yeah. I mean, I was listening to a podcast talk about what the scientist said, because that's how I get my news now. I just get it from like, I don't even know what to call these podcasts, like Jimmy Dore. He's left wing, but he's also like against
Rational?
like the left politicians and stuff. So I'd almost call him like alt left, or like some, like, you know how there's the alt right, but there's, what's the equivalent of that on the left?
I don't know. It depends, like, how, like, is he like super left? Like he's like Bernie Sanders, like left?
Okay. He's Bernie Sanders left, but he's like talking against like COVID and stuff. Because what happened to him, Jimmy Dore, was he got double vaccinated and then he got long COVID symptoms from the vaccination, because sometimes the vaccines that use the spike cell fuck people up for a long time. So he got super butthurt about it and like just went deep into this like COVID thing. And he's the one who was like talking about how the doctor from South Africa was like, look, this is way milder and all this stuff. So like, and that's the scientists. We're supposed to follow the science. But it's like, are we now just saying trust certain specific scientists?
Well, and it's not even like necessarily the science. Like, I don't fucking know. It's like public health and science are kind of detached now, because I feel like some public health is saying like, yo, it's okay to not be fucking terrified by this thing anymore.
Yeah, like some, like this, I think it was either this doctor in South Africa, I should actually look up her name, but they were even saying that it's so mild that, and you still get the odd, like the antibodies, like, so if you get this like Omicron variant, you still get the robust antibodies that you would have got if you got like the Delta or all the other variants. So I'm not suggesting this at all, and I'm not saying this is a good idea or anything, but they're saying it's almost at vaccine levels where the symptoms are so mild, but you still get all the antibodies, that to get this one variant would be the least bad of all the variants.
Yeah. That's Dale telling you to go out and get COVID.
No.
That's what he said.
Don't go to a hockey game where all the hockey players are getting this. Like,
yeah, that's the other thing, is like Omicron is just like fucking up professional sports again, because they have all these like very strict COVID protocols in place, and like there's like 50 NFL players out right now and like a fucking ton of NHL players. And it's just like, so it is very transmissible, but also, again, very weak and probably won't kill you.
Hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and I'm looking at this through optimism, which isn't like me. I don't know. Maybe I'm a contrarian and everybody's shitting so much that I'm like, let's look at the bright side, guys. Like, if these symptoms are so mild and we get it and it doesn't hurt us that bad, then it looks like we're on the right path. Right?
The path to enlightenment.
I'm not going to say the end of COVID, but turning COVID into common cold levels.
Yeah.
Because they say like Spanish flu's still out there, but it's just so mild now it doesn't kill anybody.
That nobody really knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they get it.
Oh, also I heard that one of the strands of the flu virus is gone now because of all the lockdown procedures. There's like a variant of the actual flu that's just out of the world now. I can't remember which one it was. I'm just going to Google that quickly. How you doing? Are you running out of steam? You look like you're running out of steam.
100%, bro. You know I'm running out of steam.
Yeah, we're over at an hour. Okay, just let me look up this this thing. Influenza. You know, even though we're not streaming this, we still did really good where we're like, okay, stop. We got to take that out.
We got to take something out?
No, I was saying we did really good because we're not streaming this and we didn't fuck up enough that we have to edit it.
You're going to have to edit this part out.
No, I'm not.
You're not going to edit us
this
talking
is
about
us. This is a peek behind the curtain at how professional we are. That we don't have to do edits.
You're not going to edit us sucking our own dicks over how we didn't make any errors by speaking for an hour. Barn owls are so weird looking.
What are?
Barn owls.
Why are you Googling
creepy.
barn owls?
No, I'm still looking at this girl's
is this your crow rabbit hole?
Insta page.
Has
Python page.
Into, does she have
Python
barn
page?
owls?
She has, she just Python page on Instagram. Python page. And yeah, she exclusively does birds. There's no pythons.
That's
on her Instagram.
That's so dumb.
It's just birds.
She should have said pterodactyl page.
She's a bird person. And yeah,
she should have put her name as a pterodactyl page.
I
was like, what are you talking about, Python page? But like Page is her name.
Page is her name.
Oh boy. Those little eye puns that you have to read and not see. Okay, I'm just looking up
Where's the Python page?
Oh, they're just saying there has been a near complete disappearance of the seasonal flu. I'm looking at this is from June.
Where's the
World
Python?
Socialist website? Yikes! I'm getting out of here for
Where's
the CIA
the Python?
flags me. What?
Where's the Python?
There's no pythons. Paige lied to you, Derek.
She's a leftist.
I feel like a lot of people are leftists. Because if you look at I feel like a lot more people are left than people are saying, what are you looking at?
What the fucking weird looking bird? Red-headed vulture? Look at that. Do you see it?
That just looks like a vulture.
It looks creepy.
Ew, it's pants. It looks like it's wearing ripped jeans.
Right.
It looks like a
It's
fucking
pants.
21-year-old girl.
Get a load
the
of these
bar.
bird pants, buddy. All right, are we done here? Are we finished?
Fine, its
talking-
legs look like pets. Okay, I'm giving up. There's some fucking strain of the flu that's gone now forever. If you want to know, just Google it. Just watch out because you don't want to get to the world socialist website and get put on a list like I just did. Apparently using DuckDuckGo. Maybe sometimes Google's filtration algorithms are important.
Why?
Because,
Wait, do you use Duck?
yeah,
What?
I put a couple of weeks ago, I reached the level of conspiracy theorist that I put in a DuckDuckGo
Oh, Lord Dale.
add-on to my Chrome Windows. Dude, it gets you such better Google searches. Like
Does
you
it,
don't
though?
just get the sponsored bullshit ones. You get like, well, if you're looking for like alien shit and ghost shit and paranormal stuff like I am, then it's
Alien
super good
ghost
for you.
shit. Let's go. Ghosts, aliens, and other weird shit.
Are you on DuckDuckGo?
Yeah.
Dude, just try DuckDuckGo for a bit. You'll love it.
Will I?
Yeah. Yeah.
Will I?
Yeah. Yeah.
I searched. I just put boners in for a test search, and adults. The safe search is definitely not on for this. So
Why? Isn't that
This is
what
my-
you look up to get pictures of skeletons?
this is the
Dude
boners.
boners?
The boners are their money.
Boner Patrol?
The bonies, boner patrol. All right. Hey, internet, thanks for tuning in to the second version of episode 192. 192?
Yeah, 192.
How about
192-2.
-2.
I'm not even going to
co-host.
say 0.0. 2.0.
Co-host.
I just said it. Fuck.
Your co-host, Derek Bolin .0. You can follow me on Twitter at Herder.
I'm the other co-host, Dale DeRuiter. Buy my fart jars at superdalebot.com or at
Buy my fart jars.
fucking Twitter. God.
Insta Twitter. They look like just pictures of jars, but there are definitely farts in there.
Yeah. Dude, Wednesday podding is rough. Like I'm so tired in the middle of the week from work.
Yeah.
Because we usually do these on weekends, full disclosure. And I am just fucking bubbly personality on and popping. But now that I've been working for 3 days and I just so bitter inside. It's hard to keep it up for you fans. It's
So
hard
fucking-
to stay
he did it.
positive. No, just kidding.
He did it. That's why I DuckDuckGo boners. So Dale could keep it up for you guys. Yo, if you like us on the internet,
Public service announcement. Speaking of boners, Viagra apparently helps stop you from getting Alzheimer's.
is that true?
Yeah.
Just taking Viagra by itself, or like the
Yeah.
Viagra and the sex having?
Anecdotally, they studied dudes who took they did like it was like anecdotally. I'm just gonna keep saying that word.
Anecdotally.
Some health insurance company did a questionnaire, and all these people said they took Viagra or whatever. And then 6 years later, they did another like questionnaire of these same people, and of the people who had taken Viagra, they had like a 29% less chance of showing signs of Alzheimer's. So I don't know if it's just the type of dude who's willing to take Viagra and brag about it is also the type of dude to not get Alzheimer's.
Well, no, that makes
Or
sense because like Viagra opens your like blood vessels or whatever and
Yeah.
promotes blood flow, right? So you would think that like more blood flow into your brain would probably help.
oh yeah, and then they're like other things that cause Alzheimer's is all blood flow shit. So keep your blood flow up, guys.
Keep your blood pop a Viagra every day.
Take
That's my official medical advice.
take anti-inflammatories. I got some chewable turmerics. Do that shit. Keep the blood flowing through your body. Don't eat bad food.
Don't eat anything. I feel like inflammatory is also a buzzword that's like if you just don't like something, you're like, oh, that's an inflammatory. Oh, Elon Musk, inflammatory. Can't read about him. Gets me all inflamed. If you like us, head on over to Facebook or Instagram or Twitter and follow us at Outragefactorypod. Go to Dale's personal profile at on TikTok.
What's up? Dale
Ladies, give.
DALEDERUITER.
Yeah.
I had to
You
pause
won't.
there because I forgot how to spell my name.
Dale definitely doesn't get Alzheimer's because he has raging
Yeah.
boners all
I
the
heard
time.
smelling jars of farts helps fight off Alzheimer's.
Like honestly, if I have one wish for the world this year, it is not world peace. It is that people post videos of them gifting people jars of their farts on Christmas morning and post it to the internet. That is all I want. Fuck world peace. Fart jars. Fart jars is how we will come together this holiday season.
Fart humor is timeless.
I will bring this up again on our the episode were we recording another episode on Sunday live stream?
What's Sunday?
I don't know.
No,
No, it's Noah's
Andrew's-
birthday.
Yeah, and Andrea's parents are here. We could do it Monday night or Tuesday
Yeah, maybe
night.
we'll do it Monday night.
Yeah.
Fart jars.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and until next week.
Stay angry. All right.
Boop,
That's
boop.
dope. I'm just
Fart
gonna
jars. Fart jars. Farty jars.